I really actually wanted to do because it's actually pretty interesting. So this is a recorded video I did a few days ago, and I actually just want to review my gameplay so I can like just see my weaknesses, my advantages, and so we're just gonna watch this video. So as you can see, the first thing I do here, I'll pause right here, is check the leaderboard. You always have to check who you're playing up against. So I think here I chose blue. So my opponents are pretty decent, someone with around 5,000 kills and 3,000 deaths, and so on. The decent, I have about 12,500 kills. So right here, I think the most person I have to worry about is this person right here. She has the highest KD, which is kills to death, which means how much kills you have or how much death you have. So good thing to notice. So the first thing you notice is I'm actually really laggy here. Yeah, the quality is kind of bad. Even my crown, you can see the crown in the hoodie is just gray. So sorry for the bad quality, but it just has to be. So I'm decently good at this game, but there are a lot of things I have to work on, and I'll explain it throughout this video. So right now, nothing happening, I'm just walking. Okay, right here, right here. So I'm gonna go back a little bit, and pause. So, just gonna wait. So right here, so I see this player right here, and you always wanna try to kill your targets as fast as possible, because if you wait for a fraction of a second, they could escape. So right here, I jump as fast as I can, and then right after here, this is very important. So in Murders vs. Sheriffs 2, there's two types of knife abilities I would say that you can have. So you can either change from only throwing your knife and only stabbing. So if you want to actually like, lock in and yeah, you want to stay with your throwing animation. Especially, I'm playing Kill Confirmed right now, as you can see. The moment I shot the person, I immediately switch to my knife. I can click, which is what I do, and then I can get the orb again. And then right back, switch your gun. So it is going to take a lot of practice to get that muscle memory. You also have to know when you have to do it. Like, for example, if you learn it too much, you might do it in, like, capture the flag but when you don't need it. But it's so good to know this ability because if you do miss with your gun, you can switch to your knife and maybe get the kill. Because I do that a lot, since not all the time I could get the gun kill. And I'll explain how you can use the stabbing later on. So as seen right here, I noticed that they can't see. They don't know that I can hit them from here, so they have no idea. You can also see that my aim is kind of bad sometimes, but that's just it. See, as you can see, I did the thing again. Immediately shot, and then I used the knife to get it back. So right now I'm doing a lot of things right now at the same time. I see right there. If you go back a little bit, you probably won't see it. If you go back, okay, look, boom. So I missed the gunshot. As you can see, the gun missed, and immediately after I missed the gun, immediately after, I'm here equipping my knife, ready to throw it at her. But the thing is, I might have. What if I made the shot but then the orb would still be there, so I could still hit the knife at her. But what if it was like a different game, or what if it was deathmatch? Well, you don't always know if you're gonna make the shot or not. So, oh, that rhymes, bro. So, even if I knew that I was gonna make it, I still could have missed. But even if I knew I missed, I still could have made it. I still have to throw that knife just to be safe. But this also will take a lot of practice to switch between your gun and knife really fast. So right here, I'm just so that's another thing. It's really small. You can't really notice that hard. But look, so right here, I threw this knife right here, like fraction of a second ago, and then I threw a second one. So right now, this person over here and me over here are having this type of battle. So we're peeking. Peeking is basically when you're behind the wall, you quickly, right here, I'll do it right now. You wait. Yeah, you saw that, right? I quickly went to the side, shot, and then went back to the hiding spot. This is called peeking, but most people call it camping. But this specific type is called peeking. When you quickly look, so they can't shoot you back. So we're having a kind of peeking battle here, right? So if I go back to the more I want to see, right here. Boom. So one knife is thrown there, second knife is thrown here. So when you're having a peeking battle with somebody else, um, you always want to throw knives to make sure they don't get any leverage over you. Because if you're not throwing knives once in a while, they're gonna use that leverage against you, and they're gonna be able to gain the more peeking advantage on you, and you don't really want that. So let's just continue. So as you can see, look, as you can see, she did a really good peek right there. So right there, right here, if you want to rewind like a second or two back, she quickly went, shot, and then went back. So the reason she did that is either you can do two types of peeking. One is to just stay there until you see someone, or two, you like what I just did. You keep spamming knives at them so they can't get any leverage over you. But also one thing that you should also notice is you have to find out which type of peeking they're trying to do. So that person right there, you can identify as this person on the leaderboard. Boom. So she shot. And look, she went from 2 to 3. That means that her type of camping is only when she sees someone. So that's two different types of camping that you want to make sure of. So yeah, as you can see, my aim isn't the best. Okay, right here. So if I go back just a little bit, not too much. As you can see, there's somebody over here and I want to kill that person, right? But for some reason, I stayed like this perspective instead of turning my angle at her and try to shoot like this. I do this often, but I wouldn't recommend it. Instead, what I should have done was hold right click, and then turn my screen towards her so I would have gotten a better angle. But why I did this was so I can see here and here, because it is still possible to hear here and you can see what's going on here. However, it is harder. So as you can see, I was trying to go really, I was trying to shoot and going really aggressive on her over there, but I also had to make sure that there were people over here that I had to take care of. So as you can see, I got this person to the knife, got that person, yeah. So I'll explain my shooting style a bit later on because I just want to show the bit of more of the strategies on. So let's continue. Okay, so right here I just wanna. So you also have to make note of this. So if we remember, this person was the same person that was back there hiding, and I went past her. The reason I went past her is because I knew she was gonna be hard to kill, and I knew that there would be more people at the spawn point, and I was looking for more kills that time. So I went over here, but I forgot to remember that she saw me go over, and she still could have killed me. So you have to make sure of a lot of things of people that are around you at the same time. So now I take note of that. And also, as you can see, she did make a small mistake here. See, the moment I died, she's using her sprint, right? So I don't have the pay to win boost yet because, well, I don't really want to get it, but a lot of people do, and they're really hard to avoid. And right here, I can figure out that I'm getting targeted immediately because firstly, I'm on the leaderboard, and why wouldn't you target someone who's carrying their team? Like, I'm first and they're second, and I'm not saying that my other team's bad, but I'm just doing good. And you'll know this because they're using their sprint unnecessarily against you. So this one was more necessary than unnecessary. Like she might have thought that I was while I was looking here and getting some kills. Let's go back a little bit. So right here, she might have thought that I was looking at this side while also looking at this side, which is not what I do. But she took that leverage because she knew I was trying to get as much kills as I can here and use that. So that was a good plan. So as you can see right here, so we see this person over here, right? She's running right into my dot. The cursor, that's what I meant. She's running right into the cursor, and I use that advantage. So you always want to make sure if there's no kills in sight, you always have to look for the kills. It's like right here. There she is. She's right there. and she's running in this direction. So I'm assuming that she doesn't know we're here and is not being careful about that. So we can use that to our advantage. And boom, there we go. Simple as that, and I threw the knife right away. Okay, so another thing that I want to know here is I didn't do it this well, but as you can see, there's someone right here who isn't doing the best peeking. But but our teammate's right here, so this person will probably want to target this person over here. So if you're behind this pillar, you could probably shoot me from here. But the reason I'm here is a strategy I use called predicting. So in a lot of peeking situations, you can sometimes predict when people are gonna come out and like how they're gonna do it. Like right here, I knew that she was gonna come out and I immediately shot because my teammate was such an easy target. But I sometimes peekers can be like really just like not the best strat, and instead of peeking like just a little peek, she went all the way and walked here, so that's why I missed. You have to get used to this kind of stuff. And in my opinion, predicting is one of the most important strategies in Murders vs. Sheriffs 2. It's because that's basically what a lot of the better players can do sometimes, and they can be really good at it. So you have to know a lot of predicting strategies, and it might be different from others. And another predicting strategy is that there was two types of peekers. There was one who stayed there, who just like stay here and wait for somebody to come to shoot, and there's one that keeps spamming either knives or guns to get leverage over the other opponent. If you're that type of person, the second type of peeker, and you keep spamming knives, a knife has a certain cooldown, and you want to throw as many knives as possible. So you're going to keep trying to get the best cooldown possible. So you could go throw, stay, and that makes a pattern. However, the other person can detect that pattern and peek at the same time, and since you're throwing a knife, and she's gonna use gun, she or he is gonna use gun, they will shoot you faster than you can throw the knife at them. This is a really good strategy that I use a lot while playing the game. However, though, it is kind of rare to have those second type of peekers because like it is usually hard and it's very risky. So because they can follow those patterns and get you while you're off guard. So as you can see right here, I took a really big risk by running over. So after I killed her, I took a really big risk and I just started running over. And I took this risk because I knew that I couldn't kill the person behind this wall from back there. That was a really bad position. So I thought I would reposition myself. And while I'm doing it, I shoot and I throw my knife here. And look, she's coming out. So she saw me as an easy target. But I threw the knife at her, which means when she comes back, she will probably get hit. And this strategy is really hard though, because it's also really risky because your knife has to be aiming directly towards them. Like right here, I kind of missed it here, but luckily she missed too. So that's good. And as you can see, I'm still spamming knives as I'm walking towards it. Which means if she peeks, she's basically dead. And this is a really good strategy at all. And okay, so here is really important. Right here. So as you can see, she's using her sprint and coming towards. In my opinion, there wasn't really a point to use your sprint against me, as I was just walking towards, and there would have been a lot of time to just shoot me instead. And in my opinion, wasted a lot of time. But the thing is, I'm in. If you can figure out which person on their team is doing the best, and since I have 26, and the second team has 2, you're obviously gonna want to target me. And since you really want to win the game, like look at the score. They have 15, but our team has 14. So if I'm out of the game, they're gonna easily win since my team can't really do that much. So as you can see, she's coming towards me. I'm trying to run for her. But the thing is, I run into a second person. So one of my weaknesses is that I'm really bad at switching from throwing to stabbing. I haven't gotten used to the rhythm yet. But that situation was really hard. Instead, what I should have done was predict that there was gonna be somebody on this side and go for this kill instead. Because I could have stabbed or I could have shot, but it would probably be better to stab there. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop it here, but I will be making a part two of this because I feel like there's a lot more that I could see from my gameplay. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and please subscribe and like. I know I said it the wrong way, but it is what it is. I hope you learned a lot, and see you guys later.